Coming up on SUTV News, we'll talk about the new master's program at Southern Utah University.
And an incident regarding police officers in Cedar City.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Grace Conley.
And I'm Jeff Mullins.
With Southern Utah University's 3-year bachelor's program, SU has added 4 new accelerated online master's degree programs. Beginning in spring 2020, the following masters will be offered through a 100% online platform. Master of Arts in Professional Communication, Master of Interdisciplinary Studies, Master of Music with emphasis in Music Technology, and Master of Business Administration. The degrees can be earned in a few weeks, as 12 months, costing $13,500, $12,900, and $16,500 respectively. SU offers 7 bachelor's and 11 master's degrees that can be earned completely online.
The Apex event at Southern Utah University is thriving after hosting its most recent visitor, Chuck Aaron. Aaron is a stunt helicopter pilot and an aviation legend. Students from all over campus gathered last Thursday to hear him tell his inspiring story. Aaron is nationally recognized as one of the best stunt pilots to ever live and was inducted into the Living Legends of Aviation in 2013. He is best known for his daring and risky maneuvers as the pilot of the Red Bull helicopter, where he performed air shows all over the country. Despite his fame, Aaron is known for being extremely humble, and students say that meeting this legend was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm actually in an aerodynamics class, and it kind of looks like he just breaks every rule when he's flying, so it's pretty insane. It's pretty inspirational too.
A Cedar City man has been shot and killed by police after he pointed a handgun at the officers. The Cedar City police officers responded to a 911 call from a woman claiming her husband was threatening her and her adult son. Lieutenant Del Schlosser with Iron County Sheriff's Office had this to say.
Officers made contact at the home. They asked the individual to show their hands, and the individual produced a handgun, and as a result, that handgun was pointed in the direction of officers, and the officers did fire.
Officers immediately began life-saving efforts, but the man was pronounced dead at the scene. No officers were injured, and the Critical Incident Task Force is currently investigating the incident.
Quilty the cat has gone viral for freeing their fellow shelter mates from the Friends for Life animal rescue in Houston, Texas. The 6-year-old rescue cat has been kept in integration space with other cats for the past few months, but the door had been mysteriously left open, allowing the animals free in the middle of the night. The shelter found that Quilty had managed to open the door and Houdini himself and others out of the common cat room. The shelter had to put him in solitary confinement to keep the other cats from getting out. The shelter has embraced Quilty's sudden fame by capitalizing on the hashtags #FreeQuilty and #QuiltyNotGuilty. Yep,
It's pretty crazy about that cat.
I know, that Quilty Not Guilty gets me every time. But yeah, I personally had a dog, or I still have a dog who back home where she just all the time we have those little pin locks where just on the chain. Even if she's inside the cage, she can reach through and paw it out. And if she's outside, she just goes straight to it. If there's other dogs strapped, she just bites it, takes it out, and just frees them all. That's great.
It's just
pain to deal with.
This cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog does the same thing, except that she can open doors. So all of a sudden you'll be sitting there and you'll just hear, and you're like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
You just see my little dog run in.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Thankfully, my dogs are all little Yorkies, so they're not tall enough to reach that, and they can barely go above the little fence we put in the yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so yeah, that'd be a whole other problem. But
Are they mini Yorkies?
yeah, the one that frees everyone though is a good 10, 15 pounds, which is huge. But next, the General Motors strike.
And the Veterans Day Memorial in Cedar City. Stay tuned.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
United States automobile workers are still on strike for increased job security, gateway for temporary workers to become permanent, better pay, and retaining health care benefits. The strike has been named the 2019 General Motors strike and has been happening since September 15th. Because of the mass amount of workers that have left, automobile shops and dealerships around America are at a huge stump, unable to retrieve car parts, which forces them to keep all damaged cars in shop until the strike is over. An analyst for Credit Suisse financial services company estimated that General Motors could lose as much as $50 million each day the strike continues. We are following the story to keep everyone updated. Stay tuned.
Veterans Day is a time to pay respects to those who have served in the military. Veterans were recognized in Utah. The holiday, originally known as Armistice Day, was changed to Veterans Day in 1954 to account for the U.S. veterans of all wars. There are memorials all around the country, including here in Cedar City at Veterans Park, located on 200 North. Monuments within the town include Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom, and both World Wars. The park is open 24/7 for all to remember the sacrifices made by members of the armed forces.
Perhaps one of the most well-known veteran memorials in the nation lies in Anthem, Arizona. The memorial is comprised of 5 pillars representing the branches of the military. Once a year at 11:11 a.m. on November 11th, the sun shines through the pillars and lights up the seal of the United States for 1 minute. The memorial was dedicated in 2011 and is surrounded by 1,750 red stones engraved with the names of veterans. The red stones, white pillars, and blue sky represent the colors of the flag of the United States.
14-year-old Elena Gassler is celebrating her $250,000 science fair win. The Pennsylvania teen designed a system that uses a webcam to show anything that may potentially block a driver on the road. A panel of scientists and educators were so impressed with her prototype that she won first prize at the annual Broadcom Masters competition in Washington. Gassler beat 29 other middle school students from across the nation in not only her prototype, but also her presentation and engineering merit. She plans to make adjustments to the overall project in the future and hopes that her prototype can be added to car and tech companies in a push to make safer advancements in vehicles.
There's so many car accidents and injuries and deaths that could have been prevented from a pillar not being there. And since we can't take it out of cars, I decided to get rid of it without getting rid of it.
Yeah, Elena
Wow.
Gassler, yeah, $25,000 win for that invention. So,
And she's so young.
oh yeah,
I
14,
don't know
yeah.
how she...
Yeah, for such an important discovery, with the webcams, solving blind spots. That's definitely something I need.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
blind spots actually cause a lot of accidents, so
Oh,
it's definitely very needed and innovative what she's doing.
Yeah,
It's
definitely. Yeah,
really
right when I first started driving, that's almost my first accident was merging onto highway, and yep, something was in my blind spot, and I was barely past it and barely missed me. But I was like, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's
a little bit
definitely
more.
scary.
Yeah.
I will be buying one of those when
Oh,
they're officially out.
Yeah, especially my father, who he's blind in one eye, so he has a big issue with blind spots where he has to turn his head all the time, and
Wow, that's going to help him a
yeah,
lot.
hopefully.
How's the weather looking today, Ryan?
It may be fall, but warm weather is still here. We'll be right back.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. It's like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
On average, I spend 8 hours a week on the road. It's important to me to make the right choices when I drive. And she's the reason why I support MAD.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Ryan Sunderman. So the single-day weather forecast today for Tuesday the 12th, we're looking at right about 60 degrees, maybe a high of about 61, 62, but it's only going to get colder from here as the day wanes on into the night, and the low is going to drop down to about 32 degrees tonight. So if you haven't gotten out any blankets as fall rapidly declines, this is definitely the week to start getting out some warm blankets to make sure you stay warm over the course of the night. No rain or snow quite yet, and there's no real wind until tonight at about 7, maybe 8 or 9 p.m. tonight. Wednesday, we're looking at a high of about 66 and a low of about 33. And then on Thursday, we're looking at the same high of 66, and the low's going to jump up to 36. And there's going to be a lot more clouds on Thursday. A little bit of clouds here today that you may have noticed. No clouds tomorrow, but a lot of clouds over here on Thursday. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. So on Tuesday, we're looking at about 61 degrees here, with a low about 32. It's going to be mostly sunny. Like I said, there's some clouds that you may have noticed. Wednesday, it's going to be sunny and cool, about 66 degrees, and there's not going to be any clouds. Thursday, it's going to be pretty cloudy out there, probably about 70-80% cloud cover over the day, and a low of about 36. On Friday, there's going to be some morning clouds, but they're all going to burn off in the late morning, early afternoon, for some sun in the afternoon. And then on Saturday, it's going to be cool but sunny at about 60 degrees high, 25 degrees low. We do not have a late game this Saturday. We do have an afternoon game at 2 p.m. So it will be cold for that. So you will want to grab a blanket before you head out to Eccles Coliseum to watch the football game this weekend. On Sunday, there's going to be it's going to be mostly sunny with a few clouds. It's going to be about 60 degrees, maybe 31 degrees on the low. And on Monday, it's going to jump up to about 65, 66 degrees, and the low is going to be about 29. So on average this week, it's only going to be about the mid to high 60s with a little bit in the low 60s, but not a lot. And the lows are going to be anywhere between 35 and 28. That's what the forecast for the week, and that'll about do it. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for the weather update, Ryan. Yeah, so.
Winter is coming.
It is.
And it's terrifying.
Fingers crossed, no snow yet. So.
Yeah. I haven't experienced Cedar City snow since my freshman year here. It's been quite a while.
It's rough, yeah. My car, not built for the snow at all. 80 pounds of sand in the back just to keep me on the road.
You slide a lot during the winter?
I'll fishtail, just going like a full 360, like slightest gust of wind without it.
Yeah, I know a girl who slipped on black ice here in Cedar and totally wrecked her car and bashed her head in.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we have to make sure that we're very careful while driving.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially
make sure
during the
everyone
winter.
stays safe. And especially this weekend for the football game. Looks like, I think it's like early afternoon, so hopefully it's going to be a little chilly, jacket weather, which I love, but yeah, won't be too freezing.
Here's a quick look at what's coming up next in sports.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, we've got a recap of the huge win by SU basketball over the weekend. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Special Agent Diana Berrigan from the TV show White Collar. Did you know that it wasn't until 1972 that the first female earned an FBI Special Agent badge? Now women are helping solve crimes around the world in faraway places like Sarajevo, New Delhi, Lagos, and Tbilisi. To all our women fighting crime at home and overseas, thank you for keeping us safe. Happy anniversary.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Connor Sanders. For the first time in Southern Utah University's history, SU basketball are celebrating a win over a Big Ten opponent. The T-Birds went to Omaha and beat the Nebraska Cornhuskers in a 79-78 double overtime win. It's just the second time in the history of the Big Sky Conference that a Big Sky team has beaten a Big Ten rival. SU started slow in the game, going 0 from 11 from three-point range until Mason Fawcett drained one with 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Fred Hoiberg's Nebraska squad took full advantage of the T-Birds' poor shooting as the Huskers led by as many as 14 in the first period. Their 37-26 lead was not safe, however, as SU exploded into the second half with an 11-2 run. The T-Birds chipped away at the lead, and with 8 minutes left, they pulled within 3. The Huskers tried to fend them off, but a Dre Marine three-pointer gave his team a 1-point lead with 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. A bucket by Nebraska's Cam Mack pulled the lead back, but 3 made free throws by SU's Dwayne Morgan gave them a nice 69-66 lead with just 5 seconds remaining. Nebraska's Gervais Green took the inbound pass on the ensuing possession, ran down the court, and nailed a three-pointer to send the game into overtime. The first overtime period only saw 6 combined points. Cameron Luton nailed a three-pointer for SUU, and Nebraska scored a layup and a free throw. Dre Marine missed a potential game-winning layup as time expired, sending the game into double overtime. Once again, the teams traded blows until the final seconds. Marine took the inbound pass with 11 seconds left and found Luton on the wing. Luton took one dribble toward the basket and nailed the game-winning jump shot with 2 seconds remaining. Several students waited at the Gateway Apartments on campus to greet the players upon their arrival home. T-Bird head coach Todd Simon was happy with the win and with the support from fans.
It was a fantastic day for the program. You know, the guys really stepped up, played really hard. And they stayed true. They stayed together throughout the whole 50 minutes, and was really proud of their effort.
The 2-0 T-Birds will ride their momentum from the Nebraska win into Provo tomorrow as they take on the BYU Cougars. BYU is looking to rebound after they surrendered a 9-point second-half lead to San Diego State on Saturday. The loss moved the Cougars to 1-1 on the season as they beat Cal State Fullerton last Tuesday by draining 11 three-pointers. The T-Birds have their hands full as they will try to slow down veteran TJ Haws, who will be playing his 104th consecutive game for the Cougars, and newcomer Alex Barcelo, who was 3 for 4 from three-point range. SU will be looking for their second signature win of the season before they play UCLA next Monday. The Lady Thunderbirds are also coming off a huge win this weekend. They traveled to Orem to face off against the Utah Valley Wolverines and were able to walk away with a 71-58 win. The win helped the Lady T-Birds to their first 2-0 start since 2016 and led to new career highs for senior guard Rebecca Cardenas and junior forward Ashley Larson. Cardenas ended the game with 23 points on 8 of 17 shooting, including 4 of 7 from three-point range. Larson ended the game with only 8 points, but also had 13 of the team's 51 rebounds. Although the game started out close, the Lady Thunderbirds were able to pull away after a 24-0 scoring run between the first and second quarters. The win was also the second consecutive win for SUU over Utah Valley. The Lady T-Birds will be on the road once again as they travel to Arizona to take on Grand Canyon University this Thursday at 6 p.m. on the WAC Digital Network. That's all I have for you today. For SUTV, I'm Connor Sanders. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for the update, Connor.
So that's pretty exciting that we beat a Big Ten opponent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially with how exciting that game was, you know, going into double overtime. And then, thankfully, fans were waiting outside the apartments to greet the team. I remember it was like, I think 1 or 2 a.m. when they got back, or it was very late, I know, but we were still able to, you know, be excited for them and celebrate that win. Hard-fought victory.
It's the first time we beat a Big Ten team in a long time. So
a long time.
It definitely is really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And then especially over this weekend, too, I don't know if you caught it, the BYU, not BYU, the Jazz had the buzzer beater shot against the Bucks.
Right, I heard about that.
Yep.
I heard it was monumental.
Oh, yeah. I saw clips on that on Twitter over
Are you a Jazz
over.
fan?
I'm not. I don't really follow sports too much, sadly, but that I was able to see at least.
Yeah.
Couldn't escape that. But up next, we'll talk about the launch of Disney Plus
and the new redesign of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Listen up. Each year, hundreds of promising research studies go unfunded for breast cancer, for lung cancer, every cancer. The American Cancer Society has been behind nearly every breakthrough in recent history, but there's still more work to do. So let's make sure that no research is silenced. Let's make noise. Let's make noise. Yeah. And let's finish the fight.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
I'm hungry. I can't see the board.
Good morning, class. Everyone ready to learn today?
Of course they aren't ready. Across America, health barriers keep millions of disadvantaged school children from learning. Children's Health Fund is working to remove those barriers. But to really change the odds for these kids, we need your help. To find out how you can give every child a chance to be healthy and ready to learn, visit childrenshealthfund.org today.
Fans awaiting the Sonic the Hedgehog movie are pleased with the new trailer that was released earlier today. After the initial trailer was released back in April of this year, the movie creators were flooded with criticism on the design of Sonic's computer-animated appearance. Director Jeff Fowler listened to these comments and soon announced they would push back the release of the movie from November 2019 to February 2020 to allow time to recreate the blue main character. Comments on the newly released trailer are already showing to be more positive and appreciative of the redesign. The movie stars Jim Carrey, James Marsden, and Ben Schwartz, telling the story of how Sonic figuring out how to get by and survive on planet Earth.
The streaming war has grown even larger today with the launch of the long-awaited Disney+. While fans are certainly excited to finally get their hands on Disney's streaming service, the servers currently weren't quite ready for the number of users logging in, resulting in service outages. Throughout the day, users have been hit with repeated error messages stating that they are unable to connect. The Disney Twitter account has assured users that the problems will be fixed soon. Quote, "We are aware of the current user issues and we are currently working to swiftly resolve them. We appreciate your patience," end quote.
San Diego State University has suspended 14 fraternities after a student died following a fraternity event. Dylan Hernandez died after university police received a 911 call regarding a student in need of medical attention at a residence hall early Thursday morning, according to San Diego President Adela De La Torre. The school did not detail the cause of Hernandez's injuries or his cause of death. The university president said Saturday she was placing all 14 fraternities under the Interfraternity Council, more commonly referred to as IFC, under immediate suspension. The university will keep the organizations under suspension while it considers next steps, De La Torre said Saturday. Each of us, including our students, must uphold the highest standards that do not put the health and safety of anyone at risk.
Are we allowed to be doing anything that's relatively celebratory? I think a lot of people are shocked. I do understand why the university is doing it because there is, we've got people's kids' health at stake. I don't think punishing people and just suspending will do it because they've suspended again and again, and this situation keeps happening again and again.
So, have any of you downloaded Disney Plus yet?
No, I've not taken advantage of Disney Plus, but I've heard it's all the rage. I'm excited to get my hands on it.
Yeah, once it finally starts working.
I know, yeah.
It's sad about that frat story, though.
Yeah.
It's very sad to hear that poor student
is,
died.
Yeah,
it's
very sad.
But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, do any of you have Disney Plus? Because I'm looking to get it, but I mean, I feel like I have Netflix and Hulu. It's someone else's turn.
Yeah, what does it offer that Netflix and
so
Hulu
I can
don't?
borrow.
I mean, isn't the idea that they're taking stuff off of Netflix and
Exactly.
putting them on Disney Plus? It's like a no choice.
Yeah. Netflix going to be mostly its own services, like Stranger Things and other stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Grace Conley.
I'm Connor Sanders.
I'm Ryan Sunderman.
And I'm Jeff Mullins. Come back Thursday for more news here on SUTV.